Hello students, okay, now in this video I am going to start the chapter 4, okay, it is named as X-rays. So particularly in this chapter we are going to discuss a little bit about the properties of X-rays and then use of X-rays to understand the crystal structure, okay, how these X-rays are useful to understand the type of crystal, okay. So in the X-ray diffraction you will come across the analysis or the characterization of the crystals. That is why we should have the idea about the X-rays in this chapter, okay. So this is useful for the students who are in the BSc 5th sem, okay, studying physics, okay, in the paper 6 I think. So in the paper 6, so we are going to study this chapter, okay. Now, so let me give some introduction in this video. So this is the video, you can take it as part 1 for X-rays, okay. So now you heard about X-rays already. So who discovered the X-rays? Okay, that is the first question, isn't it? So you can say the discovery of X-rays is by W.C. Roentgen. Okay, W.C. Roentgen, who is a German scientist, okay, discovered the X-rays in 1895. Okay, he discovered that X-rays unknowingly, okay, so accidentally also we can say in the laboratory. So when he discovered that X-rays and its effects, so he did not know what kind of rays it is. That is why he put that unknown rays as some name. Unknown can be considered as X, you know, X is unknown. So X-rays. And nowadays we are following the same name for that particular rays. So as X-rays. Okay. So basically X-rays are nothing but electromagnetic waves. So they are nothing but electromagnetic only. Okay, like all other light waves. Okay. So we can say X-rays are electromagnetic radiations. Okay. The difference with the other ordinary radiation with this X-rays is found in wavelength. Okay. So you have to observe the wavelength of this electromagnetic waves. Okay. So wavelength of the X-rays are about 0.01 to 10 nanometer. Okay. Very short wavelength it is. So 0.01 to 10 nanometer only. Nano means 10 to the power of -9 meter. Okay, or you can say 1 angstrom unit also. 10 nanometer is also equal to 1 angstrom unit. Okay, now, so that much of electromagnetic radiation can be considered as electromagnetic X-rays itself. Okay, now let us consider some important properties. They travel with the speed of light. All electromagnetic waves travel with the same speed, that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, you know. So same speed in the straight path again, right? Then what is the energy of X-rays? So if you observe the energy is very high. Okay, X-rays have tremendous amount of energy. We can observe that 100 electron volts starts from 100 electron volts to 100 kilo electron volts also we can observe the X-rays energy. Then they do not carry charges. Yes, of course, all electromagnetic waves consisting of only photons. Okay, photons are electrically neutral. So even X-rays are also in terms of photons we have, so they have no charges, electrically neutral. Clear? Okay, now let us see some uses of these X-rays. Okay, so since the discovery of the X-rays, they are used in various fields and for various purposes also. Okay, so various uses are you can see nowadays in the particularly in various fields also. Okay, some of the key uses I just mentioned here. Okay, just to understand and to get the idea about X-rays here. Okay, now particularly in medical sciences. Okay, medical sciences, we know that the X-rays are used to detect breakage in human bones. Right? So you know, if any breakage happens in the bones, so we go for X-ray. Okay, so what do you mean by that? You get the photocopy of the X-ray in which you can see the image of the bone, and if there is a breakage in the bone, we can easily detect the breakages in the bones. Okay, so normally doctors suggest to take the X-ray photograph for any breakage bones. Similarly, even dentist also, okay, before doing any work with the decayed dents, okay, so they will use the X-ray photograph. So many uses are there in the medical field as such. Now look at the second one, security. So you might have observed already. See, to scan the luggage of passengers inside the bags, what the things we kept. What are the various things you can keep in the bags? You can just without opening the bags, you can see the things inside the bag, you know. So that is why they will allow you to put the bag inside the X-ray machine and they will see the image. Okay, so just to identify the things inside the baggage, just for security purpose, right? So they will scan the luggages of the passengers in the, particularly you can see that in airports, okay, and then rail terminals, and then other places also like malls, etc., right? Okay, then you can look at the astronomy. In the field of astronomy, X-rays are very useful to understand the environment. Okay, we can study the environment by using the X-rays. Okay, so that is the application in astronomy. Next, you can see that in industries, various industries or various types are there, so very useful to detect the defects in the welds. Okay, after welding, so we can check whether the welding is uniform or not uniform. Okay, by allowing the weld part through the X-rays. Just by passing the X-rays, we can identify the defects in the welds. Particular application in the industry we can see. Other than that, so we can see the lot of applications of the X-rays. As I said just now, so we can use the X-rays even in the research field also. Particularly for research field, why your X-rays are used, X-rays are allowed to pass through the crystal. Okay, if the given solid material, whether it is a crystal or non-crystal, also we can identify, first point. Okay, and then if it is a crystal, how the lattice points are nothing but what? Atoms itself. Okay, how the atoms are arranged in the actual crystal. Okay, so we can detect the arrangement of atoms. Okay, in terms of various planes. What is the planes are called? Crystal planes. Okay, so reflection takes place by the planes, and then the reflected X-rays will have different intensity. Okay, so by observing and by studying the intensity of the reflected X-rays by the crystal, we can understand in which particular array we have the arrangement of atoms. In particular array, there is a sequence of arrangement of atoms we can study here. Okay, that indicates the given type of crystal, what type of crystal it is. Okay, suppose if it is not at all a crystal, we can expect that there is no reflection of the light with maximum intensity. Reflection of light in the sense here X-rays. Okay, there is no maximum intensity of X-rays takes place by the amorphous material. Amorphous in the sense non-crystalline material. Okay, so there is no intensity peaks are observed. Okay, so in that way, so the X-rays are very useful to characterize the type of the material. Okay, and then to study the type of crystal structure also. So that is why we are taking this X-rays tool to understand the crystal structure in this chapter. Okay, then how the X-rays are produced, X-rays are produced in the instrument called Coolidge tube. Okay, should remember that. Coolidge tube. So this is the instrument. So whenever the X-rays are produced in the Coolidge tube, okay, so we get two types of X-rays called continuous X-rays and characteristic X-rays. So what is the difference between continuous X-rays and characteristic X-rays? Okay, and then how we can use that continuous and characteristic X-rays for various purposes, etc. So that I think that part you can discuss in the next part of the video. Okay, so just in this video I am giving the introduction to X-rays. Enough, I think. Okay, then I will see you in the next video.